So I've reviewed many phones this year, and these are my best picks for 2024. So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology, and welcome to my best picks for the best smartphones of 2024. Now, a couple things I want to state before we go forward is that all these phones are available to purchase and use within the U.S. market. These are all U.S. model phones, and I'm only going to cover the ones that I reviewed. There's going to be some brands that aren't on this list because they're not really for the market that I'm in. So do keep that in mind. And best is always subjective. I don't care which YouTuber you're watching or which channel you're watching. It's always going to be subjective. But I think because I used all of these and can give you a pretty fair assessment, especially if these are some choices you were looking at. So let's begin with the top budget category, or a lower priced phone. And I'm going to be including some other phones that are on this list that I would fit in the same category. So the Nothing Phone 2A series, whether it's the 2A or the 2A Plus you see right here, this phone was a standout this year, along with the CMF phone, for being a really nice spec sheet with a really pretty decently smooth software that is definitely unique compared to a lot of other brands, while also giving you just a really great value for the money. So if you are looking for really good value, large screen phone, really good battery life, and you're okay with a plastic build, this phone is just premium. It's premium for the price anyway. Let's just put it that way. So I've enjoyed it. The camera is good. The company supports it very well. Very good software updates, and they're always fixing bugs and camera glitches and little things. It's just unique. It's got the glyph interface. So definitely it's going on my list as the best entry point, price point phones out there. You definitely want to take a look at one of these. Some people are going to debate me on this one, but I'm going to call this one the best mid-ranger, my best mid-ranger pick of 2024, and that's the Google Pixel 8a. I'll tell you why in a minute. And by the way, the fingerprint is missing because I have a screen protector on there that messes it up. I know the bezels are definitely not very enjoyable looking, but it has a smooth build. It definitely has not a super premium build. It's a plastic build, but it also feels quite nice, even though it's not, like a metal or a glass. It feels pretty nice to hold. It has kind of like that Pixel 8 series look to it, but really good cameras, like flagship level cameras, which is something you don't find in this price range, in the mid range, and also pretty good performance and really great and consistent rollouts of software support. So there's not almost any phones in this category you're going to get as consistent of software as you're going to find on the Google Pixel 8a. It also has a smooth refresh rate display. In addition to that, pretty good front-facing camera and all the Google Gemini stuff. So this phone is a really smart smartphone with a great camera and great overall package for the price, if you're willing to be okay with some of this older looking bezel. But if you're not, there's another option I would recommend. That's the OnePlus 12R. That's one of the better mid-range picks of the year as well. And if you really like Samsung, they got the A55, the S24 FE. Those are kind of in the mid-range as well. Those are pretty good mid-range options, with the S24 FE being a little bit better. But this one right here is coming under those prices. This is coming under the price of the S24 FE. And it gets really good software support. So that's why the Pixel 8a made my selection for the best mid-ranger. Again, it's pretty close with some of those others I mentioned, though, so it's really going to be down to you. But I like that software support on that one, with the Google support. So my next pick is going to be in the area of the best value for money, and I feel like that is the OnePlus 12. In terms of how much phone can you get for the price? Now, this phone retails for close to $1,000, but usually you can get it, on some deals. OnePlus threw in some deals for the holidays, and usually you can do a trade-in and get this much cheaper. So you're getting a top shelf phone, top shelf performance with really good value, great cameras, premium build, curved display, super smooth, and super long lasting battery life with Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. This phone is just excellent value for money. It's been super fast all year long. It gives me basically no issues. Really smooth animations. Oxygen OS is very smooth on here. 16 gigabytes of RAM. It's just a powerhouse phone here in the OnePlus 12. I believe this phone is similar to I forget which one it's called, but one of the Oppo phones is similar to this. But definitely this thing is it's just a beast. It's my favorite phone of the year for just value for money, because most of them are going to cost $300, $400, $500 more, and giving you specs that don't even beat some of the specs on the OnePlus 12. So definitely you're not settling if you get a OnePlus 12 or you got one. So I have a two-way tie, but I don't have it in the video right now, between the OnePlus Open Apex for the best foldable of the year, as well as the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold. So both this phone and that phone are very similar in terms of their shape and what they offer. A similar front display, beautiful large 7.9, 8-inch inner displays that actually don't have huge visible creases. So I definitely am going to throw those two at this spot. I'm showing the OnePlus Open Apex here, though, that has this crimson red color option. Just an amazing foldable. No, it doesn't have like an S Pen like you have on the Z Fold 6, but definitely it feels more like what people have been asking for in a foldable, a phone screen that's pretty usable on the front. In addition, really decent cameras. You don't really sacrifice there. And then on the inside, a pretty nice large display with minimal crease. So just an excellent option. I love this original OnePlus Open in 2023, and the Apex edition was just slightly better, with the 9 Pro Fold improving pretty good amount on the regular Pixel. And so the next one I'm going to give is the best camera phone of the year, and you probably guessed it. That's going to go to the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL. While other phones might have certain things you like about them in terms of the way they produce their results, the camera on the Pixel is just so easy to point and shoot. It does its own algorithmic things right here, and it just produces results that require zero effort, and it does it very well. Also, you have much longer zoom than on some older Pixels, and pretty solidly strong video here as well. Very good stable video. And video boost. It's just a really, really strong camera option. So I would pick the Pixel if what you want to do is take photos and you don't want to mess around too much with pro photography. You just kind of want to take the photo and upload it to your website, upload it to your social media, do what you got to do, because this camera is on another level. So definitely really, really love the Google Pixel. And you could tell it has its own shape, its own camera bar. It's very unique. And that's not to say the rest of this phone isn't great. It's actually pretty great. Every phone on this list is pretty nice and pretty great. So you're not going to go wrong with any. But for the main reason I'd buy this is the camera. Also, that Pixel 9 Pro XL has really long battery life as well. So if you want really long battery life, that's going to be your option right there in the Pixel lineup. Now, my next best phone of 2024 is my best underrated phone, meaning people don't even bat an eye at it or talk about it much. That's the iPhone 16 Plus. This phone actually has the same CPU as the iPhone 16 Pro Max. It has similar camera setup, and it's in a nice shape and format, and it has really, really long battery life as well. And it also does have a large iPhone 15 Pro Max like display. In addition to that, it does have the Apple Intelligence support. So this phone right here is really underrated, and people just kind of like don't want to talk about it because it doesn't have 120 hertz. But I'm going to tell you right now, this phone right here is still a top level smartphone. So if I had to pick, and the base 16 could go in here as well, the best underrated phones of the year is probably the base model iPhone 16s. But I really like the 16 Plus for the long battery life, really good cameras, Apple Intelligence support. It is a top tier phone that just doesn't get as much praise simply due to no promotion. Really, that's about it. And the best iPhone of the year, you probably guessed it, is the iPhone 16 Pro Max, hands down. There is just no way. It's actually going up there with probably the second best phone of the year, maybe even third, depending on who you talk to. And I'm talking about phones. Foldables is a separate category if you're thinking foldables. I'm talking about base, regular candy bar style phones. It's just really great. Minimal bezels makes this screen actually feel like near bezel-less. It has an incredible camera system with now a camera control button, as you'll see right there. The Desert Titanium elevated the color a little bit, I think, over last year's basic titanium color. In addition to that, it does have a really, really fast performance, really smart Apple Intelligence now that got started with 18.2 is where it's really got pretty good. It's still not beating some other intelligence features out there, but it's a good start. It's doing pretty good. And, you get your software updates regularly along with the way they tie all their products together in the ecosystem. iPhone's always going to be in the top category. So definitely, I do like this one quite a bit. But there's one phone, and we probably already know what it is, that took the crown in one of my other videos and is taking the crown for the best phone overall for 2024. And it's the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Now, the reason I picked this is because, first of all, the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra doesn't sacrifice anywhere. It really just doesn't. Okay, let's start with what I mean. First of all, no eSIM. It has eSIM support, but you have a SIM card tray as well. USB-C, faster charging than the iPhone. We also have an S Pen, which some people don't use, but I use it, so I do talk about that fact. Premium build, large display, just a versatile camera setup with some of the longest zoom out there. 4K 120 slow-mo like we have on the iPhone. Polished software for an Android phone. Features everywhere. Every feature you can think of, this phone basically has it. It also looks bigger because of its shape. It just looks like an Ultra phone versus most of these other phones. The OnePlus is pretty similar in the size, though. I'm going to be honest with you, it's pretty close in the size. But definitely the Ultra stands head and shoulders at the top, because every single thing these phones can do, the Ultra can do that, but not every single thing these phones can do, they can do what the Ultra does. So there's always something that the Ultra does that these phones don't do. And that's why I put it at the very, very top of the list. So let's go down the list and talk about what I mean. All right, so for the iPhone, well, it already beats it because it has multitasking that destroys the multitasking abilities on the iPhone. It also has an S Pen, which beats every single phone here because none of them have that support. So that already puts it above that. For the Pixel, it has a faster processor than the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL, so it's a quicker Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, 12 gigs of RAM. There's more RAM on the Pixel, but it has a faster processor. For the OnePlus Open, that is a foldable device, so it's kind of a different category, but it also doesn't have pen support. This one does. And that's a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. This is a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. This is also faster than the chip that's found in the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold. And it's the same as the Z Fold 6, but Z Fold 6 is not on this list. The OnePlus 12. So what does this do better than the OnePlus 12? Well, it has a brighter screen than the OnePlus 12, has S Pen support. That one doesn't have that. And it has just a few more features, more customization. The Galaxy ecosystem is a little bit further along, definitely ties the products better together than that at this moment. The Pixel 8a, that's a mid-ranger, so that's not comparable, as well as Nothing Phone 2a. And if you look at other top-tier phones out there, they still don't beat this phone either, mostly. So the S24 Ultra is the Ultra beast of the year. It is the best of 2024, as I talked about in a previous video. But I wanted to give other phones their praise, and these are my picks for 2024. The options are just beautiful. And there's so many phones I didn't cover, like, that are still great options, like flipping phones, other foldable phones, other phones from different markets that I don't really cover, but definitely there are some great options out there from other companies. I'm not going to give anybody praise, because if they want that praise, they're going to have to reach out for a review. But it's up to you to decide which phones that weren't here are really great that maybe should have been here, and I want to hear what you think they are down below in the comments. So thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you guys next year for S25 Ultra coverage, S25 coverage, as well as OnePlus coverage, and more phones that are going to launch next year. I think we're even going to see a new Nothing phone next year. In addition to that, I will do the best smartphones of 2025 around a similar time next year. So hope you stick around. I'll catch you on the next one. Have a great holiday. Nick here. Be sure to be well, and peace.